What'd you think about the music?
They used a lot of pop songs in the
Mm-hmm.
movie. What if God was one of us by Joan
Yeah.
Osborne. At the very beginning of the movie, when he's driving through New York and he notices, no one's around. That's a Radiohead song. There's a there's a
Oh
Beach Boys
yeah, I
song.
loved that song.
There's a lot of pop music in it. The score has never really stood out to me as far as I can tell. I can't think of any of it right off, and I've tried to all day today. So,
Yeah,
you,
I felt the same way. I didn't remember any of the score. I was gonna go back and listen to it, but I was like, I don't remember it.
yeah,
So I'm not
and
even
not
gonna
even
think
know how
about it.
much there was. And if you notice, there's a lot of scenes in the movie that look like um, album covers too, like the Bob Dylan. When they're
Yeah.
standing there, and there's several references throughout. I meant to look up and see how many because I read something. I think it was like on the AV Club or something. They had like underrated movies, and Vanilla Sky was on there. So I just read some points about it. And there's a lot of artwork and album covers within the movie, but I didn't really go any further with the research.
Hmm.
Yeah, I thought the music was good, the music choices, but like we said, no score that I can even think of.
Yeah. And I think it might have suffered from that
Yep.
because a lot of those like weird mood music. I mean, that's one thing that I'll go back to Christopher Nolan. I have a very hate kind of respect relationship with Christopher Nolan movies,
Yeah.
but a lot of his films, the music really helps. The score really helps push the movie through, and it helps you kind of identify what's going on. But with this one, you didn't remember it enough, and I think it would have helped it. I
Yeah.
really
No.
think it would have you when you like it could give you some emotion rather than just using songs, which I think are
Yeah.
fine. But yeah, I didn't remember, and I think it would have been good for it.
Scores. I think score is necessary in a lot of movies,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. And I never
Yeah.
had really thought about scores in movies until the last couple years. But now looking back, I'm like, they've made all the difference more than I ever realized. So,
What
yeah,
is it? Is it the Marvel or Transformer movies? There's like a article about how it's the worst scores in the history of film.
I think they're
One
both.
or the other.
I think they're both pretty bad.
Yeah, because they're like you don't remember anything about any of them, and yet they're these big massive movies.
Yeah,
So obviously they're just not good scores. But I think this one could have benefited from a mood and a sound
yeah,
that it just wasn't
that wasn't
there.
there.
Yeah.